This Manchester.
Oh, you're very excited tonight.
I am. You brought us single-handedly an amazing show and a very positive vibe and a great spirit of enthusiasm and wonderfulness.
Yeah, well, I am really pleased with some of the guests we've got tonight. We are talking about a fantastic charity and a great event which is coming your way this Sunday night.
How's your week been though, Kafka?
My week, do you know what? It has absolutely flown this week. I do not know where the week has gone to. I said to somebody today, I was like, it's Wednesday again. It seems like 2 minutes since we were here before.
Can I just ask, how long have we been in this situation of lockdown for, please?
Too long.
You get to a stage where everything suddenly feels normal and then you think, actually, it kind of was a little bit better when you didn't have to do
anything. The normality
soon.
for me will come
when
my kids go back to school.
Yes, exactly.
I think all the mums and dads out there and aunties and uncles or anybody who cares for children will be going, it's getting a bit hard now.
You want to do what I do?
Not going to lie.
I put mine in boarding school straight away.
Did you?
Because you know I've got 3 kids, don't you? I've got a boy, a girl, a hairdresser, one of each. I've got the eldest Cedric, for those that don't know.
Oh, I thought you had a hairdresser.
Eldest Cedric, middle child Rodney, and my daughter Tabitha.
Oh, lovely. We'll get him on the show next week. We'll bring him out of the old hiding, eh?
Yeah, hiding. Yeah. Or as I call it, the cupboard under the stairs. Yes.
Anyway, forget this nonsense. You are with us tonight for a jam-packed show. Thank you for joining us. We do want you to get involved, though. As usual, this is your Manchester, your show, and we like to hear about your comments. And that is why we have got our lovely lady on the socials, Vicky.
Hello, Victoria. How are you today?
I'm good. I came back.
I know. Wow. I'm surprised.
You did put me off last week, so I came back.
What's this week's topic then, Victoria?
So this week we're discussing, do we ever think that Manchester will get back to pre-lockdown normal as we knew it?
That's a good one.
What's your thoughts on it?
I think it'll take a bit of time.
Yeah.
I think we will do, because as Mancunians, we kind of never retreat.
We never let
We
go.
don't do it, but I think it is going to be a bit of a long one, this one. And we'll see what about that. Yeah.
Have we had any comments so far from anybody?
Not yet. So everyone get writing in. Send us anything on Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. We're at your MCR.
It's exciting.
Yeah, no, we do need your views. And not just answering Vicky's questions. If there are any other things that you want to comment on, like Belinda's hair.
It's a bit Rizzo today, isn't it? Rizzo, that's what I've got for Ginger Rizzo. To let us know. Or anything you've been up to. I said this a while ago. If there's any birthdays or celebrations, let Vicky know. We might even sing to you. Yeah, all the handles are basically at your MCR. I think that's right. Is that right, Victoria?
That's correct.
Yeah, so there you are.
And not only are we live on this tonight, so wherever you're seeing us, be it on Canal Street Online, Facebook, on our Facebook, on our YouTube, all that jazz, we're also on a podcast as well.
We are, which is doing remarkable. We're getting 5-star review. I've never had a 5-star review in my life.
And we are hitting that button to give ourselves that review. That's the best thing. No, it's fabulous. And it is available the day after this show. It's Shel and Bel's Best Bit. So if you want to check us out and kind of have a bite-sized piece of this show, then you know where to go. Just follow us. I think it's on Apple, iTunes. Oh, do you know what? I'm too old for all this.
How are you coping with technology these days?
Gosh, my children can do it better than I can. I think I'm turning into my mother. I'll end up putting the remote control in the fridge next.
I miss VCRs.
Oh, yes. We used to have one that used to go up like that.
That's right. And then they had a remote control back in my day for VCRs. Remote control my eye. It was a piece of cable with a little switch on the end of it. It wasn't remote control.
What about the word cassettes?
Cassettes.
Cassettes. People now that are growing up,
they don't know the board.
Haven't got a clue.
Don't know the board.
You do not know the value of getting a mixtape off somebody that you fancied and had a crush on, and then they give you a mixtape and you're like, oh, they love me right back. Remember those mixtapes?
Yeah.
I used to have Glenn Medeiros on my mixtape.
Nothing's going to change my love for you.
Hey, if you want to Google Glenn Medeiros, guys out there, you'll be very surprised what it looks like nowadays.
1988 Monster Hits, triple cassette pack.
Oh, those were the days. Ghetto Blasters.
Ghetto Blasters.
We're taking right back now.
The only thing that was negative about
tape players was when they got a bit loose.
Yeah.
You had to get a pencil in there to wind it back up, didn't you?
That wasn't good. And also kind of having to go and turn them around and not liking the song that was on directly after, so you had to rewind it.
Nightmares.
I had that with Michael Jackson. Bad. The album.
Well, yes, he was. Now, listen, we're moving on now, everybody, because it's time to bring you a little bit of information about what's hot and what's not
Oh, yes.
on the box.
Cue Hayley.
Welcome to this week's On The Box. How are we all doing? Now, I know that some fans of Corrie actually expressed the disappointment that there wasn't a storyline, an exit storyline for Liz McDonald. This is because Beverly Callard's contract ended in July. Now, because all the filming was thrown out of the window with regards to COVID, when all the filming started again, Beverly Callard wasn't free post-July to film any exit storylines. And obviously, behind the scenes, it was so disrupted due to the pandemic. So that is why she's kind of gone quietly, as it were. I hope that helps some of you. What are you watching at the moment? Now, the BBC have so many amazing series on at the moment. Currently, I'm watching Fort Salem, which is absolutely brilliant. All the episodes are on iPlayer at the moment, and its witches are trained to become powerful weapons for the American military. It's absolutely outstanding, great acting as well. There's also the series Good Trouble and Harlots. Both of them are on my list. Let me know as well what you're currently watching. Again, drop me a tweet at HeyKate@YourMCR and let me know. Well, that's it from me. You have a really good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Oh, do you know, I take the mickey out of Hayley every week, but I love her to bits, and that was really good. I love that kind of on the box that she did.
She knows her stuff, doesn't she?
No, she does know her stuff, and she knows lots of celebrities as well. You know,
Friends.
Friends, especially her friends on the cobbles.
Friends on
she's
cobbles.
Very much in the know.
What about Todd? Hey, new Todd,
I
Todd,
know.
everybody! Spoiler alert!
Oh, who'd have thought that
know.
Todd's coming back?
I
think
know.
it's really exciting when they do that. But
Yeah.
great news about our Sue Devaney.
Why? What?
I can't believe, right, friend of the show, you know that if you are a regular fan of Your Manchester, we love Sue Devaney, but she has just been made a regular member of the street again.
Well, I go to the foot of our stairs. She kept that quiet.
I know, she really, really did. I think she was dying to tell us last time, but I think officially now she is rejoining the street, and I think she's a gorgeous person anyway, but I think she lights up that street, and it's good to see kind of the balance between her and Kev, because obviously she's Kevin's little sister.
Well, she's a proper character in herself, so we're in that for longevity.
No, I know.
It's gonna be
I hope she
amazing.
still comes back onto Your Manchester. Now she's
Well, we'll see, won't
on
we?
the cobbles for
We'll
good.
pull that
So
out
if
to you
you
right
are
now, Sue Devaney.
yes. we
Maybe
want
you
that.
could come from the front room of Kevin's house or wherever she's living,
That'd
which
be
used to be
good,
Hilda's
wouldn't
house. Do you
it?
remember the ducks?
I do remember the ducks.
Do you remember the ducks that you were bringing in?
Yeah, I know. We want them on the skyline, don't we, at the
Yes,
back?
we do. We want them flying, but one sort of drooping.
Okay,
I love a good
I will do that. But this show tonight
Yes.
is about a show that I have been working on. I know. Don't be being horrible. I know we did it without you. I still
She's
love you.
found a new co-host, everybody. A new co-host without me.
Yeah, but it's a TV husband, you know? It's not as like a gorgeous redhead like you.
It's not your lesbian
Beautiful
lover on
strong-
TV. Yeah, I know where you're coming from there, Shel. But it is for a very important reason,
Do
isn't
you
it?
know what it is? I've been working on a show which is about to go live on Sunday night. It's called Sunday Night In with Prevent, and it's all about raising money for a fantastic charity that is here in Manchester. It's called Prevent Breast Cancer, and we've got the executive director of the charity joining us now, the wonderful Nikki Barraclaw. Hello, Nikki.
Hello, Nikki. Oh, where are you?
Oh, she was on
She's
there.
froze.
She's frozen. She's done an Elsa on us. Come on, let's get
frozen.
back on screen. Oh, she's
Wave your
there.
hands, Nikki, if you're
Give
there.
us a wave. Oh, she is. She's frozen. Well,
She's frozen.
while we get Nikki back,
Yes.
I'll just give you a bit of background
She's
to
loading.
the charity. She's
She's-
loading as we speak.
There we
She's
go!
there! Hello!
I'm here.
Oh, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Put your earphones in.
Not working.
there we
I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear it. Well, I tell you what, we'll get our technical team on it while she has a bit of a go back,
take her out for a
and
second.
we'll take her out for a second. We'll try and get her back. In the meantime, our lovely Vicky has just gone straight into a point here. I think she's got some messages. Have you got some messages in for us, Vicky?
Well, we've had a few hellos.
Oh,
I thought we could say
amazing.
hello back. So we've had a hello from Freddie, Sean, and Paul.
Oh,
So,
lovely. It's
yeah.
great to have people join us, but don't just say hello. Tell us something about you and what you've been up to, and if you're enjoying the show, and if you have got an answer to that question that we're asking everyone tonight about, is Manchester going to be the same kind of after lockdown? That was the question, wasn't it, Vicky?
It is, yes. So what do you think? Do you think there's a new normal, or do you think we'll go back to the old normal? Who knows? Lots to think about.
Thank you so much. Well, we are trying to get back, Nikki,
Yes,
but
well,
tell
let's just
you.
talk about the actual charity
Well, the
itself.
charity itself has been going for over 20 years now. I'm sure Nikki will clarify that. It's a long time. And it's based at the Nightingale Hospital, which is in Wythenshawe.
Right.
And it's the only charity in the UK that is dedicated to the prevention and prediction of breast cancer. So, as we know, there are lots of charities out there, you know, for cancer and raising money for cancer research, other ones.
Yeah.
But this one is very specific, and it's trying to find a way to predict breast cancer early enough so
Wow.
it doesn't get to a stage where it gets, you know, out of control.
Yeah.
And the prevention of it, you know, we hear a lot about kind of people who it's like hereditary
Yeah.
in the family, and the BRCA gene, which obviously became very famous for Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
And that. So it's doing research into that. And these consultants and surgeons are absolutely, and the scientists, researchers are incredible. So it's a fantastic charity, and I've been involved with it for, gosh, over 10 years
And what
now.
made you get involved with it?
Well, I was doing a show here in Manchester, and they came onto the show just over 10 years ago. And I was really like blown away by what they were doing, because I thought, God, this is incredible that all this stuff goes on, and, you know, they're building this for the future and our future generations. And I just thought, how can I help? So I've been hosting ladies' lunches, hosting charity events and stuff, and just doing something that I can give back. But this night that we're having on Sunday is fantastic, because it's the first time they've ever done an online event like this. So it's very exciting, and I was very honoured to be chosen to present it.
Just before we do get serious about this, though, could we just bring on the slide about the other husband, please?
Oh gosh,
Thank
here you go.
Next one up. Up there you go. That's it. Look at that.
It's not bad looking, is it?
Who's he?
Well, that is Scott
I know who he
Wright.
is, but we're not having it.
Bring it back on again, John.
Ah, rather looking at me.
I look like I'm the cat that's got the cream there, aren't I?
You look very impressed.
It's my TV husband, and you might recognise him from Coronation Street.
Never watch it.
Oh, yeah. He was Sam, the stripper in Coronation Street many moons ago.
Oh.
He was Kevin, talking about Kevin, he was Kevin's mechanic sidekick.
Yeah.
And he was in it for a while, and he had a very good body. Now, you might get to see that on Sunday night.
Get out of town. That's worth tuning in for in itself.
You never know.
Let's try bringing Nikki in
Oh,
again.
Nikki, can you hear us?
Right, I can. So sorry about that. Hello.
Welcome to the show, Nikki, and you are the
Executive
director of Prevent Breast Cancer. I've got to ask, how did you get involved with this wonderful charity?
Very randomly, actually. So I joined just 6 months as a graduate because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And some 15 years later, I've built the charity up as I've built my career, and I love it. It gives you everything. You meet so many incredible people, and we have a lot of fun along the way, but obviously there's a really serious subject to what we're doing, and it's just the most rewarding job in the world.
Now, I tried in my way, and I don't know if you could hear me at the time, to kind of describe what Prevent does. And I don't know if you heard me. Did I do a good job?
it was perfect. I don't need to be here.
Fantastic. No, but we talked about what the charity does, but the funding of it is so important to keep that charity running, isn't it?
Absolutely. Just 3.6% of all cancer funding is spent on prevention, and that's really our area of expertise. So our whole aim is to prevent breast cancer for future generations. And with the current pandemic and the challenges that all businesses are facing, it's really hit us hard. So we need to do what we can.
I know, because I mean, lots of charities at the moment, Belinda, are really struggling with the pandemic, you know, and the effects of things being cancelled to raise money.
I was just going to ask that the figures for breast cancer, inclining, declining, where are we with this at the moment?
The rates of diagnosis are increasing, and that can be for a number of reasons. So it could be more of Western modern lifestyle. It could also be that more women are going to screening, but the figures are increasing. It's 55,000 people in the UK a year are diagnosed. The good news is that the deaths from breast cancer are decreasing, but it's still around 11,500 per year. So it's way too many.
And it's really important to get that diagnosis early, isn't it? And I think that's where the prediction side comes in, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of science behind what we do, and that's why we need to raise money. But there's things that women can do, or people can tell their mums, their daughters, their sisters, and it's being breast aware. So being aware of changes, signs and symptoms, not being afraid to go to your doctor and asking to be referred, and making sure that if you are of a breast screening age that you attend your appointment. So early diagnosis saves lives for sure.
And I'm going to ask from a male point of view, when you go for examination, is it a scary thing? What actually happens in there?
So yeah, I will do. So you're seen by a radiographer who will be a woman, and the actual mammogram itself, I am lucky enough not to have a family history, so I've never needed one, and I'm not breast screening age. So women, if you don't have a family history, when you reach 50, then you'll get invited to routine screening. If you have a family history, and this includes men as well, if they find a lump, they will be invited for a mammogram. Some women say it's really painful, others say it doesn't hurt at all. I think it's very much to do with your pain threshold, but I guess I'm going to make it sound like torture, but you're almost clamped into the machine so that the breast is squashed so that they can get the right image, so that they can see if there's anything there that shouldn't be.
But I do think, like anything, Nikki, it's like, you know, with a screening, with a cervical smear, yes, at that time it could be uncomfortable, but we're talking about saving lives here. So, you know, don't be scared about anything. I think it's much better to go for these things, because then you can get, either a positive diagnosis, or, you know, you could get the all clear, and that's what we want.
100%. Yeah.
You just mentioned that men can get this.
Men can't they, Nikki?
Yes, 1 in 1,000 men. So it is rare. We don't promote it as much as we do, obviously, with women, because it's the biggest cause of cancer for women in the UK. But yes, I mean, we have so many supporters who are men who've either had breast cancer themselves or had preventative surgery. So yeah, the message is the same, you know, to men as well as women. You need to just be aware of any changes in your body in general.
I've got to say, along the way of the 10 years that I've been supporting the charity, not only have I seen the amazing things that they have done, but also the whole Prevent Breast Cancer family, you know, people who have, you know, been through breast cancer themselves, you know, or, you know, family members, and all of them are so enthusiastic about the charity and the fundraising that takes place, Nikki. It must be incredible to see that support.
Absolutely, it's what drives me. I mean, if you think, Michelle, we were at school together, you were a year older, but we, you know.
That makes you that makes you the same age as me.
Once you meet people, yeah, everyone becomes part of the family, and you end up doing weird and wonderful things together and going through really difficult times together. So with the Sunday night in show, you know, it was like bringing family together because everyone was donating their time. They're all passionate about the cause. No one could do enough for the charity. And, you know, you don't get that in many jobs. And it's just because there's a passion and everyone's dedicated and we want to prevent this disease for future generations.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this show then.
Yay!
I mean, if it weren't for you, Nikki, I would not be talking about the show because this one's fully linked up with somebody else. But tell us about this show, please.
So we thought it's time to do something a little bit different. All our events have been cancelled for the rest of the year. Who do we know? Who can we pull on? What expertise can we pull on? Whether that's in the world of entertainment, in the events industry, in TV. And it was really pulling all these people together and doing 2 hours of pure entertainment. I've been describing it as a cross between morning TV meets This Morning meets Jonathan Ross meets Jules Holland. It's got a little bit of everything, and it's
Let's have a look at this lineup. Yeah, let's have a look at the lineup.
Look at, I mean, the names on here.
Oh, it's amazing. We've got Clint Boone, Manchester's absolute finest, and he's treating us to some incredible tunes to get you all moving. You've got Victoria Econoy, who was recently on Celebrity X Factor and also in Coronation Street. Her voice is incredible, and her mum is adorable, who's on it with her.
Really?
They are are they the ambassadors of the charity now, Nikki?
They're patrons of the charity, so the two of them come together, and they've got a family history of breast cancer, so it's a cause that's incredibly close to their hearts. Yeah,
I was just going to say, a lot of these people will be doing it because they've gone through such heartache with this cancer, won't they?
Yeah,
it gets emotional, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the same with one of our other patrons, Sally Dinover, who's in Corrie as well, and she had a very well publicized breast cancer story. And we've got some great interviews with some of our supporters who want to talk about their personal journeys, but what they're doing since they've gone through that to raise funds and awareness. So it's a bit of a roller coaster of emotions, I think, the event, and it's got a little bit of something for everyone.
It is. I mean, it's jam-packed with entertainment. We are going to have some of the other stars of the show that are going to be joining us on this show tonight, Nikki. So stay tuned because you'll see some familiar faces cropping up from the Sunday night in with Prevent. But more importantly, how can people watch it on Sunday night? What do they have to do?
They can either go straight to our website, which I've seen you've been showing beneath, or find us on Facebook or Instagram. So search for Prevent Breast Cancer, and you can't miss this event because we are posting about it anywhere and everywhere. So there'll be a link from there which will take you through to sign up to buy tickets. It's £20. If you're unavailable on Sunday evening, that's no excuse because the link will be available for about a month. So even if you can't join us, buy a ticket.
And I would say that £20, it's £20 that is actually, yes, you're watching a show, but as always with these wonderful events that are being live streamed these days, you're actually doing it for a very purposeful reason, aren't you?
Yeah. And it's £20 per household as well. So, you know, you can all kind of sit, watch it Sunday night. It's rubbish telly on a Sunday night. Get the link, get a couple of hours of entertainment, get your drinks together, you know, non-alcoholic or alcoholic.
I'm getting in my onesie.
Get in your onesie.
Just so you know, just so you picture it, I'll be in my onesie with my hair in my best rollers, sat there with my nice little throw over me, just to keep warm, you know, because I'm not that well insulated having a body this thing. And I'll be fully watching you with a little bit of vodka and fully enjoying what is going to be a good show.
Absolutely.
This one working with somebody else.
So they'll get sent the link and then they can watch it on any device, can't they, Nikki? So as soon as they've got the link, you can watch it on your laptop. I think even these days, these really technical, wonderful people can zoom it from their phone to their telly. You can mirror it,
yes.
And you can watch it on your iPad or
that
your
means I
mini
can
mobile.
start in the living room and finish in the bedroom.
Oh, I don't want to know that, Nikki, do you?
Not really. Michelle is I've seen an edit of the show and she is absolutely wonderful. Like we could not have done this without her.
Oh,
Give her a
thank
juice.
you.
Occasionally, she's all right. You know?
You know what? It's a pleasure as always, and you can always count on myself, and I'm sure you can count on Belinda now. So if you ever need us, just give us a shout.
Just call my name.
Maybe you won't want to.
I know. Listen, thank you, Emma.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Nikki.
Thank you. Thank you. What's being talked about over in Social Corner, please?
So someone we might know very well, Justin Eagleton.
Oh yeah.
He's been on. He's been on to say Nikki is amazing, one of the most inspiring women around, making a huge difference.
Absolutely. No, she is.
Yeah, lots of people agreeing with that, saying what a wonderful cause, and a lot of people are quite touched by that cause, and have had people who have perhaps experienced breast cancer, or a lot of people have experienced that or know someone who has. Absolutely. So that's really lovely.
Fantastic.
Belinda,
Yeah.
Lucy loves your earrings. Where are they from?
I love the fact I've worn my cheapest earrings. Shall I tell you about the outfit dead quickly? Let me tell you about this outfit dead quickly. So this jacket was given to me by a lady called Miss Jane McDonald, right, a few years ago.
No.
Yeah. Joseph Ribkoff, right? And she gave it to me a few years ago when I did an interview with her at the Lowry. And the earrings, I needed white earrings.
They're not Jane's as well.
No, they were £1.50 from the Arndale Market. And no, I didn't pay for them because you don't need to in the Arndale Market. Gone, done, dusted. Thank you very much indeed. It's cheaper than a carrier bag. Now listen.
I'm just going to focus on the jacket. That's all I'm going to do.
Isn't it gorgeous though?
Do you know what?
It almost fits.
Royalty.
It is jacket royalty. Yeah. Go on. Sorry, Victoria. I was having a moment.
There you go. I wonder if I stealing them though.
Never steal. You know I beg, steal or borrow.
Oh, Vicky, escape while you can. She's not going to come back for the next show.
I might be busy next week.
Well, we've got news about next week to announce in a little while.
We certainly have. No, it's going to be very exciting news next week. So do stay tuned. Coming up, we have got the wonderful Paul Pashley. I think he's coming up in a few moments' time. We've got Charlie. She's going to be treating us to some tipples. Tipples with Charlie.
Tipples with Charlie.
And we've even got my other half muscling in on it. That's why, we can't get rid of him for the whole show. He might be commenting right now, but Justin Eagleton is going to be joining us live from my home. He better have done the hoovering.
I love it. Do you like my singing tonight, by the way?
It's all right.
I'm thinking I could start get my own sort of EP out. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, do you know what? You're going to have to ask a person who knows all about bringing out their very own EP. And you know what? He's incredible. Paul Pashley, welcome to your Manchester. Hey!
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. Are you guys well? You look well.
We're all right, yeah. I'm just edging into shot here.
I know. Look, we're going.
There you go.
Hey, wasn't that was slick?
I don't mind whatever shot we have, but at least for the love of God, get the whole gut in. Now, listen.
We look better far away, me and Belinda, so that shot works for us well.
Perhaps we should explain who this gentleman is, because he's not just a new face to the world of entertainment, is he?
No, I mean, you mentioned the EP there. Paul Pashley has been in the music industry for many years now, entertaining so many celebrities, doing a bit of swing, doing a bit of pop. Now, your EP is out. Tell us what it is and tell us the style you've gone to.
Well, basically, it's a little bit more of a 21st century look at swing, jazz, easy listening. My background's the American songbook, the standards that people love. I still love to sing, but I've never really been a tribute as such. I wanted to make my own name, so I started work on this EP, which I did with a guy called Steve Edwards that I met at an event. Oh, wow. See it on screen. Yeah, that's the cover of it, the EP cover. And I've done 300 limited edition hard copies, which are going really well. And then I'm going to release it digitally. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to everybody hearing it and seeing what they think.
So you say you started with the style and basically reinvigorated it and made it your own. How did you go about doing something like that?
Well, it's very risky because, one of the songs is definitely bolted down to my style of swing and jazz, and the other three are a little bit more adventurous. One of them, All For You's the ballad. So instead of doing an album, I wanted to do 4 really strong tracks that you could play number 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, told a little bit, not a story, but fit together really well. And I did some standards before recorded, and it's just where you try your hand a little bit at songwriting. But I was given an opportunity to write with this guy he's had Billboard number 1s. So for me, it was like I've got to have a go with this guy and see what we can come up with, and hopefully people will love what they hear.
Now, when
go back.
You said it's going to be released digitally. When can we hear that? Have you got an actual release date yet?
Well, I've got a few copies left of the 300 copy limited edition CDs in special, all that jazz artwork. That's going to be released on the 14th of September, and the actual digital release will be released hopefully on the 26th of September. So I'm just waiting for your various aggregators, Apple Music, to come back with me with the release dates all correct. But hopefully it's looking at, you know, that way. There's a couple of singles out there now. 2 of the tracks are out there digitally now, so you can have a little sense of what they're about, sort of thing.
It's amazing. I love it.
Do you know what I love about Paul is, like, he's got this incredible band as well, and I think when somebody sings with a band, it's amazing. You've got a great team that you perform with, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I trained as an actor at Salford. I was in a few shows in London, around London, and I was put into a production, a pantomime, believe it or not. And one of the guys, the musicians in the pit, said, listen, you need to come and front this big band that I know about. And I finished the pantomime. It was a long run. I finished in the beginning of March, and I went to St. George's Hall in Bradford, and the guy didn't even audition me. 2 of the other singers took me under the wings, and for the first time I sang with a 15-piece big band. And from that, I met my contacts there, my MD, who said, look, let's get your own band together. So I've got a 5-piece, a 7-piece, an 8-piece, and a 14-piece big band. But we do the things that people expect here, like In the Mood, the Glenn Miller stuff, but also we do stuff like I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, Giant, Rag and Bone Man. We put our own little twists on it, and then I've got my own sort of music as well that I can sort of filter in at the right event.
I mean, we're going to talk about the event that we've just been discussing with Nikki in a moment, but what I will say is, I know you've done loads of events over the years. What has been the most special one for you? What's been the one that you was like, oh, that's a pinch me moment?
Do you know what? This complete COVID period has allowed me to actually reflect, because for the last 10 years, I sort of very lucky enough to work solidly through, different events all over the world. I think I did the Rooney wedding in Italy, which was a little bit surreal in a way. I've got a friend who's a massive Manchester United fan, and I told him I was going to Greece with a few mates, and I wasn't. I was actually at the Rooney wedding, and when he found out, he went mental when I'd done it. But I've done loads of work for Manchester United. They've taken me all over the world: Hong Kong, Los Angeles. I've done stuff. Sung just before will.i.am's come on stage. I did The Voice. Do you know what? You just get different experiences and different flavors, depending on what you do. It might be a wedding, or it might be something really intimate, or it might be a theatre. But I've been very lucky so far to have some great events.
I was just going to say, you sound like one of these gentlemen, obviously this is the first time that I've met you, that still feels like there's an arc in his career and he's working his way to something. What would be the pinnacle for you?
Well, listen, I mean, I'd like to have, I do a lot of it myself. I'm an independent artist. I've had to put all the music videos together myself. The EPs took me about 2 years, simply because I've got videos, I've got multimedia. I'd like to be signed, really, I think, to the right label. But my music's more niche in a way, because obviously it does centre around the Cullen, Bublé, Gregory Porter, Connick Jr. sort of vibe. So, again, the EP is a little bit more of a modern taste. But if I do a concert, then people see stuff from Matt Monro all the way up to...
Oh, I love Matt Monro.
Yeah.
My love. Oh, I tell you.
Well, tell us a bit about what we can look forward to with your involvement with Sunday Night In with Prevent, because obviously I was there on the day and you just smashed it, Paul. You're amazing.
Oh, bless you. Thank you. I mean, I'm going to sing one of the songs from the EP, Assassin, which was really, really catchy. That's not been released yet. That's coming in September. And I brought into the studio my 6-piece band I said at the beginning, obviously, to Saving Grace events and obviously prevent breast cancer, I said, look, you know, if I want to do it with a band, the 7-piece is the band. If you go bigger, you can go bigger, but if you go smaller, you lose a little bit of the impact. So I was really, really lucky enough to get the people I wanted in my band on the day, and you know, there's a few surprises in there, a few I'm sure people will know, and it was great doing it in the atmosphere and the idea that's been presented to us, you know, a film studio, a TV studio, to come and do something with a band. It was surreal when I was doing it, because I'm used to working at events where I can hear what's going on, but when I can't actually hear what's going on only from the stage, it's quite a surreal thing. So it's a good learning experience for me and the guys as well, I think.
I know we've not got much time left with you before we move on to something else, but I cannot let you go without mentioning Saving Grace Events, who put this whole thing together with Prevent Breast Cancer. And your lovely other half is the director of Saving Grace Events, Rebecca Hartley. She's fantastic. But what I will say is there is a personal connection through Rebecca, isn't there? That's why this charity is close to your heart and Rebecca's.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rebecca obviously had breast cancer. When I met her, she was recovering from breast cancer. She just got over it, and it's obviously really close to her heart. And cancer is a big part of, has been a big part of our lives the last few years. I lost my dad in February. Rebecca's dad's not very well as well now through cancer, and obviously she had breast cancer, and she decided to do an event company. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really get involved. I mean, some people go, "Oh, do you give?" No, I mean, she does her own thing. She doesn't need me nagging her, because she's as you've seen, she's very, very good at what she does. She's very organised, and she just gets on and does it. And this is a very, very close to both of our hearts thing to do, really, what she's doing.
And it's lovely to have you on that show. You are amazing.
Thank you.
Rebecca is so slick and inspirational. And that woman, to put it together, I think we put it together in about 3 weeks. And that was because she was whipping us all, and she was amazing. So much love to Rebecca and yourself, Paul. And you're going to be watching on Sunday night, aren't you?
Yeah, I will be. I'll probably be in Sheffield on Sunday night watching it with some family. I'm actually battering all my friends at the minute, sending them links saying, I'm telling you, I'll be looking through your windows. So let's see. They'll all have it on. They'll all have it on.
Brilliant. Thank you so much
for your time, Paul Pashley. And make sure everybody checks out the EP.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will. We'll definitely have to have Paul back in the near future. Oh, it's amazing. Honestly, you talked about Bublé then. Yeah. You don't need Bublé when you've got Paul Pashley, because his voice is incredible. And, you know, it's from round here.
It sounds like it's going to be one amazing show.
It is. You know what? It's like I say, it's a pleasure to be involved in it, and it is so entertaining. You won't even have time to go and get a refill of your glass. Or, well, actually, no, you can press pause, can't you? You can press pause on your link. So even better, you can press pause when you want to. Go and fill your wine up. Go and have your break.
On this, by the way.
No, you can't.
Don't be thinking about it.
You can't. And we're running to time, and our director's going, wind it up.
We're on time today, so I might just sit back and just stare and not do nothing for a while. Or alternatively, we could learn how to be posh with wine.
Oh, cute Charlie.
Exactly.
Is she posh?
Hello again, my loves. It's Charlie Houston-Sykes back with Booze and Bites, and this week we're talking wine. Hands up if you've been in a restaurant, the waiter's bringing over that bottle of wine that you ordered and pours just a little sip into a glass. You swirl it, pretending you know what you're doing. You sniff it, pretending you know what you're doing. You taste it, again pretending you know what you're doing, and the first thought that runs through your head is, wine. I can give you some tips for tasting that will make you sound just that little bit knowledgeable. So our smell and taste are really closely intertwined, and the reason that people swirl it and slurp it, I'm not going to do it, it's a bit gross, when they're tasting, is so that they can get a little bit of aeration into the wine, disturb the molecules a little bit, and make the flavour and smell a little bit more intense. So, stick your nose in. Tell me what you smell. Can you smell honey? Can you smell black currants? Can you smell cough drops? All of this depends on your little mental database of flavour profiles. Genuinely, everybody's different. Everybody has a different set of flavours locked into their head and a different set of memories associated with those flavours locked in their head. Then we come to flavour. Again, you're talking about that database. Now, you can cheat slightly. If you're picking off a wine menu, then you'll see what the flavours should be like. So you'll know what you're looking for. You'll know if it says citrus, you're looking for lemons and limes and oranges. You'll know if it says green flavours, you might be looking for green pepper or grassy notes. It's a bit of a shortcut. Stick it in your brain, use it for later. Then we come to texture. So roll it around in your mouth a little bit. Does it taste quite flat, almost like water? Or is it something a bit richer and rounder and softer? That will be the body. So again, you have a flat body, something thin and delicate, and a round body, which is something that tastes almost kind of oily in your mouth. Finally, just a quick note on grape types. So you'll see it'll have a grape type written on the bottle. That's literally the name of the grape that goes to make the wine. Easy peasy. Some are blends, so you might find a Semillon and Chardonnay, which are two grapes mixed together to make that particular wine. And one for your thought bank, shall we say. Something that you can call up later when you need a little fact. When it comes to rosé, there are two different kinds of rosé. One is made from red grapes, where they just press the skins into the wine just a tiny little bit to make the red come through. And the other type is red mixed with white. So that's a fact that you can quote later. And I'm off to enjoy my wine. Cheers.
So
Cheers,
remember,
Charlie.
stick your nose in and smell it.
Yeah, and give it a swirl round.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, Charlie, it was lovely that. We loved it.
It was.
I'm going to go and have a glass of wine when I get
Do
home.
you know about your wines?
I went on, funny you should say this, I went on a wine tasting before lockdown.
Right.
First time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
And it was really good. I totally recommend it to people because they weren't shy with the wine as well. Came out quite tipsy. 6 glasses, 3 of white and 3 of reds. Didn't know much about it. Probably still don't because I was a bit drunk by the end of it. But it was a fun night.
We've got amazing in-laws and they know all about wine. And I sit there and I go, yes, I agree. Yeah. Anyway.
I won't pay more than a £5 for a bottle of wine though.
You pay more than a £5?
Well, I won't pay more than a bottle of £5.
No, you won't pay more
than a... So I'm not really
so
a
you know
connoisseur.
everything, but you won't. Yeah, I'm with you.
I know. Well, I'm opening a wine chilled at home and I think someone
is
just about to tell us.
Please?
Yeah.
Your husband?
I know. Have we got the wine in the fridge?
Is the wine in the fridge?
Lambrini.
Lambrini. Oh yeah. Well, you know what I like.
I hope so.
You're a bit dark there. Have you got the lights on? Have we paid the heating bill and the electric?
Yeah, that's as bright as it gets. Wait a minute.
As Peter Kay would say, have you got the main light on?
Wait a minute.
Put your spotlight on. Maybe not that much. You look like you're in a horror movie.
So, this is not just yeah, that's that. Well, they'll do. You're also involved in this event. You're also say it for me.
Well, first and foremost, people watching at home, if you've never switched on before, this is my husband. Yes, I married this guy. He's called Justin Eagleton. He is an artist in the nicest sense of the word, aren't you, Justin?
Yeah. Back to the Lambrini.
And he got asked to be in this event with Prevent Breast Cancer, which is Sunday night in. Tell us what delights you're offering to this event.
Well, yeah, I did the drawing challenge. So we did because I painted the boobie for Prevent Breast Cancer. Then we decided to come up with I would draw boobie on a big sheet of paper, and then we get 3 of the guests on the show, including Scott, to see if they could recreate it in a certain time with varying results.
What's the boobie, please?
The boobie is the bee that was created specifically for Prevent Breast Cancer. So when they did Bee in the City, it was that sort of vibe. So they got one of the small bees. Somebody designed something called boobie, which is going to be their logo. And then I hand painted it onto a bee like I did with the Hacienda one that I did for Bee in the City.
So it's a bit of fun, really. It's like the generation game, if I can describe it.
Yeah.
So he gives them that challenge, and then you've got some stars of Coronation Street. You've got Paul, who we just had on. He gets involved, and the lovely Sam, aka Scott. My TV husband, don't get jealous. So it's good. It's a bit like the generation game, but there's another thing that you wanted to talk about as well tonight. So obviously, do get your tickets for the Sunday night in, which I'm sure will be on our lovely little ticker underneath us. Fantastic. And you can see Justin do that challenge and see who fared well. But you've got a bit of an exclusive announcement for us, and that's why I thought I'd nab you on as well. Tell us.
Yes, so we've everybody knows about Manchester now, hopefully. I designed some masks for we're raising money for the GM Mayor's charity and Manchester Mind, and we've had a various collection of masks, such as football mask, a clubbing one. So these are all still available. And then at Skyline, we've got 7 different designs. And what we did do via friend of the show, Carlos Dimbihan, he put me in touch with the LGBT Foundation. So I designed a mask based on the LGBT inclusive flag. So here's what I prepared earlier.
Yeah, we're matching.
Oh, love it. I'll just step out the room and review it, Charlotte.
But this is the special designed, and it's the LGBTQ mask, and this actually goes on sale from. He's having far too much fun with his mask there.
I'm enjoying the light.
On a Friday, this goes on sale. So
Friday at 6:30, we're hoping.
And what do they go for, very quickly?
So these are £10, and we're going to give £1 everyone that's sold to the LGBT Foundation in Manchester. So it all goes to help the communities. So great cause, great mask, masschester.com.
Lovely. Justin Eagleton, thank you ever so much. Thank you.
Oh, get the wine out or put it in.
Oh, it's Lambrusco. Sorry, I got it wrong. All right.
Yeah. God, it gives it away, doesn't it?
The glamorous life we lead. Victoria, very quickly, what's the comments been from tonight?
So very quickly, Nikki Carter's calling you a name dropper. I think that's referring to Jay McDonald.
Yeah.
Anthony is a Mancunian joining us from Ibiza. Says you're doing an amazing job. And lots of love to the Nightingales, something very close to their heart. And then on our topic this evening about will Manchester get back to normal, Philip said, I really hope things will return to normal soon. It's just not the same. The masks are awful. Maybe you should get one from Justin. They're not so awful, are they, Michelle?
No, they are not. Vicky, thank you so much for manning our socials tonight. Thank you for getting involved and letting us know what you think.
All right, then, very quickly, let's see what the weather's going to look like for the rest of this week.
Hiya, Shel and Bel, and welcome everyone to this week's weather forecast for your eyes only on your Manchester. And what about the weather last week? Hot, humid, and the thunderstorms. That was last week, and this is the start of a brand new week. Let's have a look at this week's outlook. Okay, Thursday is sunny and cloudy with the temperatures of 22. Friday is sunny and rainy with the temperatures of 20. Saturday is sunny and rainy with the temperatures of 19. And Sunday is also sunny and rainy with the temperatures of 18. So get your brollies out again. That's this week's weather. Stay safe, be good, and it's back to Shel and Bel live in the studio.
Patchy showers and still with the sunshine. We better have the sunshine. We're not here next Wednesday, everybody.
We're not.
We are going to hopefully be with you next Saturday. Yes. Fingers crossed. In a world that's full of rainbow, everybody.
Oh, it's going to be blooming brilliant. So don't forget to join us on Saturday. We'll send you reminders in the meantime, and check out our podcast, which is on Apple Podcasts.
All the way from tomorrow. In the meantime, thanks to each and every one of our lovely guests for joining us today. Make sure you check out this show on the wonderful day. What day is it? Come on.
Oh, on Sunday night. Sunday,
Sunday.
23rd of August. Go get your tickets for Sunday night in with Prevent. You are not going to be disappointed. It's going to be fabulous and for a great cause.
Absolutely. In the meantime, thanks to each and every one of you for watching this week's episode of
Your Manchester.